Let me get up. There you go. I'm live. I think I'm alive. Hello, everybody. Kim Kohl's here, and I have a very special masterclass presentation webinar time to talk to you about unleashing your hidden superpower, 3 boldacious steps to standout success. Unleash your hidden superpower, 3 boldacious steps to standout success. In just a moment, I'm going to explain the meaning of the word boldacious. So there we go. I hope everybody's having a great day or evening or wherever you are in the world. Welcome, welcome to my very special masterclass that I have prepared for you. So I like to set the tone and set a little bit of context because sometimes I make up words. And the word boldacious is a made up word. And it's a combination of 2 words. Okay, those of you who are old enough, you will remember, I believe it was the electric company where somebody would say a piece of a word and somebody else would say another piece of the word and they would come together and it would make the word. I'm dating myself and that's okay. So boldacious, boldacious. Boldacious is the meaning of the word is that you are stepping into your yummiest, most perfect, imperfect self. I come from, I said I was going to give you a little bit of context, and my perspective on life and my perspective on people is that you are perfectly imperfect, and that's what makes you yummy and divine and worthy of all great things. So you are boldacious if you're willing to accept and really step fully into your yummy, imperfect, perfectly imperfect self. You're also boldacious because you're accepting and yourself as you are and committing to ongoing growth, right? You're willing to look at yourself as you are, love yourself as you are, and look at the areas that could be used for improvement, could be used for good in the world, just willing to grow, willing to assess and grow and step into the next highest level of yourself, right? And boldacious also means celebrating that you are here to create something amazing, and that amazing thing becomes your legacy. You just celebrate that you're here and celebrate that you've been given certain gifts and talents and abilities and really unlock them, unleash them, unfurl them for the world. And that is your legacy. And I just want to share something with you. I talk a lot about legacy, and today I got a new perspective on legacy. I'm in a coaching program. For the record, coaches have coaches, right? And my coach said something today that was like, I often say that we're here to leave our legacy. And I often also say that we're here to live our legacy. But guess what? That's the legacy. So let's say you do something, let's say you create something that has never been created before, and you can, and you do all the time. And let's say you invent something or you start something or you found something, you're a founder. And let's say 600 years from now, nobody remembers your name. They don't remember, that you were the one who created the thing, but that doesn't mean that your life is not legacyable. And yes, that's a made up word. The legacy is you actually living the legacy right now. The legacy is that you came here to do something special and you live up to that expectation that you came here to do something amazing. There goes your legacy. So whether or not we remember you 600 years from now or 500 years from now or 2 days from now, you activate the legacy that lives in you. You get to activate the gift that lives in you, and therefore you're already stepping into your legacy right here, right now. You're welcome. It's not it could be a big thing. It could be a big offing. I'm creating all of these things so that, in the years to come, my descendants of descendants, my grandchildren's grandchildren will, that. But that doesn't happen unless you live that today, unless you step into your greatness today. And that's what this talk is all about. All right. Hello there. I'm Kim Kohl, in case we haven't met. You may know me as an actress, I'm a comedian, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach. I'm an intuitive coach as well. And I love doing all of those things. I'm what is called a multi-passionate. I am doing my best to live my best life. Now, the best life sounds like and looks like, if you're on the gram, looks like fancy purses and red bottom shoes and jets and luxury trips. And it looks like that. And it also looks like stepping into your yummy, authentic, perfectly imperfect self. And so I answer the call as much as I can for all the parts of me that are calling forth to be realized, to be brought forth. And you can and can, and I don't like to say should, I don't want to should on you, but you absolutely should activate all the dreams that you have inside of you, even if it's in a small way. You get a chance to realize it and activate it. And that's how I see that we get to be the best version of ourselves. In other words, there should be really should be no part of you that doesn't get to be actualized, that doesn't get to be realized, that doesn't get to be witnessed by you and shared with others. And when you do that, here comes the legacy piece. When you do that, you remind others that that exists inside of them too. And call me Pollyanna or call me, a ever-loving optimist. I think that the more of us who step into the best version of ourselves, the more of us demonstrate that it can be done and demonstrate to others that they can do it too, I think the world and the energy would shift a lot differently, because you'd have more people happy to be on this quest to step into the best version of themselves. All right. So I'll get off that soapbox, but you're welcome. Now is your time. Now is your time. All right. So the big promise, I have a big promise for this masterclass with you, is that by the end of this, you're going to know the steps to unleash your unique brilliance. So I use these words interchangeably: your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your brilliance, your zone of genius. I use all of those to mean that really the same thing, just the you-iest you, the best version of you, the highest level version of you. And I don't mean highest as in better than anybody else. I mean better than yourself yesterday. And I don't even mean better as in competition. I mean stepping into your fullest self. So we're talking about that today, and that's the promise that we will talk about it, and you're going to know the steps to unleash it. You're also going to know the steps to step out in your field. And we're going to talk about in just a moment about who this is for, so that you identify, like, oh yeah, Kim, keep talking, because you're speaking my language, girl. And we're going to talk about creating a thriving business aligned with your authentic self. You and I both know we see people out there doing things, and it's like, is that really you, or is that something you decided to do because you thought you could make money? Here's the thing: you can do well and do good by doing you, and that's what this is about. So let me just explain who this is for, so that you can self-select and go, I'm going to stay Kim Kohl's, or this ain't for me. If you're a coach or a speaker or an author or creative, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a wantrepreneur, I love that word. That's somebody who's like thinking about getting in. By the time we're done, I hope that you decide to jump on in with using your unique brilliance. And if you're a visionary leader, there might be people who have like what we call a JOB, but you are a leader in your JOB or professional in some way, and you have a vision for the company, a vision for the other ways that you can expand yourself powerfully and leave more of that legacy. So if that sounds like you, stay, I got something for you. And speaking of something I have for you, at the end of this, I am going to make an invitation to join the Boldacious Brilliance Intensive. It's a coaching program that I've created that we start like right now. We start like in a few days. And it will take you through the end of the year and on into 2025, so that you can unlock your Boldacious Brilliance. And so I'm going to make an offer, make an invitation for you to enjoy that. I like to just come out front and say that's what's going to happen, and you can stay for that. And I think you'll like what I've put together for you. So the big idea, we like big ideas. The big idea is that you have what I like to call a boldacious brilliance factor. You see that star standing on stage, and this is whether or not you ever get to stand on a stage, which is, by the way, a magnificent thing, and it's part of my brilliance and part of my zone of genius that I get to do that, and I get to do all these other things too, is how can we unlock that in you so that you are living and stepping into the best version of yourself at all times? And like I said, that creates a ripple in the pond to remind people around you that that's available to them too. It's actually a beautiful, courageous way to live your life, is to be in the quest of it. Well, what is it I'm really here to do? And then to take the steps to actually get on that path. And the journey is part of the journey, right? And all of it is about unlocking, as I like to say, I think comes from Dr. Seuss, the you-iest you. All right, good. All right, slides. So I mentioned a moment ago the zone of genius, and I actually have the book sitting right here. There's a man named Gay Hendricks who wrote this book. Have you all seen this? It's been around for a little while, and the book is called The Big Leap. And I'm going to actually read the description of it. Did I save the description? So the book is called The Big Leap. And the zone of genius is a concept from this book by Mr. Gay Hendricks, referring to the area where a person's natural talents, passions, and highest potential align. It's a state in which individuals are doing the work that feels effortless, deeply fulfilling, and uniquely suited to them. Operating in the zone of genius leads to the greatest level of success, the greatest level of joy, and the greatest level of impact, because it's where someone is both most capable, wait for it, and most authentic. And so I highly recommend this. And right now I'm in a book club with my beloved Dr. E.J. Johnson. You all hear me talking about him a lot. And he decided to choose this book for his book club. And I read it many, many years ago, and I'm enjoying stepping back into this. And I thought, well, if I'm in this, let me share this with other people, anyone who's looking to really step into the best version of themselves, the highest potential, right? And the quest for going for your highest potential is part of the journey. And it's, I think it's a worthwhile journey. It's a worthwhile journey. And, unlocks so much for you. So I highly recommend getting this book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and asking yourself, what is my zone of genius? Where are you, or when are you doing the thing, being the thing that is the most effortless? You don't even think about it. Time flies while you're doing it, and you would do it for no pay. And wait for it, you can actually get paid doing your zone of genius. In fact, it would be some of the most rewarding work for you. So it really is about stepping into that thing that you feel the most you as you're doing it, as you're experiencing it. It would take hours, hours of work fly by because you are in the zone. And so highly recommend that you get that book. And it's one of the quests, the program I told you I'm going to invite you to, one of the quests that we're going to go on to really step into that zone of genius, because I need as many people around me to remind me to stay in the zone of genius. And I want that for you too. All right. All right, good. So the next item up for bids is to talk to you about why your boldacious brilliance factor matters. And like I said, I'm using the term boldacious brilliance, zone of genius, your gifts, talents, and abilities. You could even say, some of you might say, my God-given talents, right? However you language it, it matters because particularly if you're in business, if you're one of those people I mentioned before, a speaker, author, coach, visionary leader, creative, it sets you apart in a crowded market. When you're stepping into your zone of genius, when you're doing that thing that you came here to do, you actually will stand out on your own in a crowded market. And there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of noise. And this is how the noise gets diminished because you're standing out in your zone of genius. You're standing out in your boldacious brilliance, right? It will attract your ideal clients. And the way we language the term ideal clients in this household is your soulmate clients. Your soulmate client is someone for whom you are destined to work together, that you have a soul aligned purpose. And that, by the way, that's another way to say your boldacious brilliance. You have a purpose. It is soul aligned. When you step into it and do it, people see it, they feel it, they know it, and they know that you and the work that you do provides the solution that they are waiting for. I often quote my beloved Dr. EJ, who talks about the fact that there is the fact that there is a client, there's a soulmate client out there who's praying for you. There's someone who needs a solution, that's looking for a solution, and you are the person to deliver that solution. So if there's someone praying for a solution to something, praying for the answer for something, and you are the one who could deliver the answer, deliver the solution, deliver the connecting point that makes all the difference in that person's world, who are you not to present it to the world? Who are you not to create and grow your business? Who are you not to become a best-selling author, a world-class speaker, a coach that's sought after? Who are you not to become the artist who sings so beautifully, or the artist who draws so beautifully that, when his or her or their art is displayed in a gallery, it moves and touches, inspires? Who are you not to be the person to do that? And we're all sitting on, and we've all done it, sitting on our greatness, or sitting on our abilities, or sitting on our zone of genius, or sitting on our given gifts, our creator given gifts. You've been given something like, here, take this, this is meant for you. No, you open it and you share it with the world. I gave it to you for a reason. That's the creator talking to you. Who are you not to bring it forth? Because someone right now is praying for that solution. And so it behooves you to bring it forth. And it's actually easier than you think. It's the, those of us who are used to working hard or work hard, it's like you're trudging, you're walking through hot mud, and it feels so hard. It feels so, and uphill through hot mud. I don't know why that image came to mind. Because hot mud, trudging through hot mud up a hill really sounds like an avalanche, or sounds like a volcano. I ain't trying to walk up no volcano. I'm trying to lay on the beach and let the waves roll over me with the ideas, with the soul-aligned ideas and the soul-aligned business that I'm here to deliver to the soulmate client who's meant to hear it, meant to see it, meant to experience it, meant to purchase it directly from me. Remember, I said that your zone of genius, your gifts will make a way for you. You can do these things and make a living too. And the third piece here is that you align your business with your authentic self. And like I said, it's not about trudging and working hard. And actually, when you're in your zone of genius, you might be working hard, but it doesn't feel like hard work because it feels like the right work. I hope this is making sense. By the way, I'm not looking at comments. I really want to stay focused on the content that I have to deliver for you. And what I'm going to do is go to all of the places that I'm sharing this after we're done in the next day or so. And I'm going to leave the replay up for a little while because I really want as many people as possible to see this. So if you're enjoying this, feel free to share. Feel free to leave comments, and I'll come back and check out the comments. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer questions along the way, but I want to do it once I'm done with the presentation. All right. Very good. So see that key opening, see that key? Do you see the light coming through that keyhole? That's the key of your brilliance, unlocking the key to everything that's on the other side, meant to shine in the world. So the number one way, so I said I was going to share 3 secrets. Here we go. Secret number 1 to discovering your unique brilliance is an assessment called the Fascinate Test, Fascinate assessment. Fascinate Advantage. So I'm certified in a system called the Fascinate system. I'm a certified Fascinate advisor. And it's this incredible test that's based on science, and it's a personality test. But what's cool about this test, it's not your typical personality test. It's most tests test how you see the world. This is a test that the point of view is how the world already sees you. So if we're coming from the point of view, so go with me here. If we're coming from the point of view that you're already yummy, perfectly imperfect as you are, that the youiest you is all you need to be. What if that is all that's required for you to step into your greatness? What if becoming something, twisting yourself into a pretzel, trying to fit a square hole in a round peg, trying to fit a round peg into a square hole, what if that is not the way to be? What if that's what makes it hard? I think in our society, there's a lot of pressure to look at our weaknesses and strengthen our weaknesses. Remember at the top of this presentation, I talked about stepping into growth and being committed to growth in your life is very different than fitting yourself into a pretzel to become something that that just doesn't fit. Or looking at all of your weaknesses and going, I gotta be better at those weaknesses. I do think there's places in which there's weaknesses, or I would say, areas that could use some attention. No doubt. However, what if you were to just amplify your strengths and amplify your strengths so loudly and so boldly that they stand out over the weaknesses? And I don't mean loud as in if you happen to be an introvert, you're like, okay, Kim Kohl, that's enough. Secretly, I got to tell you, I'm an introvert too. I'm an introvert who knows how to move about the cabin on how to take care of what I need to take care of to stand out boldly still, right? And you can too. And so what's interesting about this Fascinate test is there's a test that I'm going to be giving, especially as part of the Boldacious Brilliance Intensive, which I mentioned to you, in which we will unlock the ways that you are already showing up in the world, and then we'll talk about the ways to dial it up. So there's 7 advantages. There's innovation, passion, power, prestige, trust, mystique, and alert. Every human being has a little bit of all of them. And there's some that rise to the top, meaning they're not better than any of the others, but these 2 or 3 make up who you are, make up the version of you that is the best version of you. What if the world wants you to be the best version of you? So in my particular case, and I should tell you too, there's 49 archetypes. So there's 49 archetypes, and the archetypes blend these 7 advantages combined to become an archetype for you. I happen to be a catalyst, and the catalyst is a mix of passion and innovation. So my advantages, my best way for me to show up in the world is how I'm naturally doing it already. Passion means people and emotion. You see how I talk? I don't talk like this when I make my presentations. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? That's perfectly fine for someone for whom that is natural. No, I'm expressive. I'm emotional. And when I talk to people, when I engage with people, I listen with emotion. I take you in. Passion folks they love people. Unless you need to go home and rest because you're really an introvert, but the passion is there for the people. And innovation is bright new ideas, bold ideas that no one has thought of, out of the box thinking. In fact, it's so funny. Before I even took this test, I did a one-woman show, and at the end of my one-woman show, I jumped up out of a box. I literally believe in out-of-the-box thinking, not even knowing that would be my actual archetype. So these combinations make up the best version of me. And what's wonderful about these qualities is that if I continue to show up passionately, continue to show up with bright ideas, I'm valuable not only to myself and to my business, I'm valuable to a group of people. If we're in a group, You're going to want me to go, Kim, what do you think of that? I've got ideas. Now, they may be perfect, they may not be perfect, but I'm going to come with the ideas and you're going to expect me to do so. And so that's the beautiful thing about all of these various qualities, that you get to step fully into you being somebody who leads with power. And power doesn't mean power over, it means the way you look at the world, the way you see, and the way you experience, and the way you interact with other people. The same with prestige and trust, in mystique and alert. There's a way that you show up, and people love it when you show up in that realm. And so we're going to be talking about this more. You're going to hear me talking about it more because I love this work, because it gives you permission to just be you. So one of the things we'll be doing when we do when I share the Boldacious Brilliance Intensive with you, is we're going to do a deep dive on this test and a deep dive on this. So I want to share someone with you who is a client of mine, Arnetta Caldwell. I don't know what happened to my little heart. I had a little heart on this slide. The heart went away. Just know there's a giant heart on this slide and in my heart for Arnetta Caldwell. So before, she was an aspiring coach and a speaker and doing okay, right? And we gave her this test, and we've been working with her in one of our masterminds. And by activating the best version of herself, by really stepping fully into her advantage. Her advantage is she's a intrigue. She's the intrigue, which means she leads with passion and mystique, I believe. I have the notes somewhere, right? So now she gets booked all the time. I witnessed her a few months ago win a pitch contest. There were some really powerful people on that stage who were coming to the stage to pitch their businesses. But when Arnetta stepped, man, she had it all the way together, because she was dialed in to her authenticity. She was dialed into her soulmate client. She was dialed into the product which she had created, which I'm about to tell you about. And she won like $1,500 from a pitch contest, a 7-minute pitch contest. Can you imagine walking to a room and sharing your goods, product, service, your what you got for the world, and somebody going, "Can we give you some money so you can do that?" Arnetta did that. It was fun to witness. So fun. She also leads sold out events and workshops. And this is actually a picture from her recent, I think it's called the Empowered Woman event, sold out, and just loves doing what she's doing. And she's fully stepped into her authenticity in doing it. And it's what makes her stand out, and what makes her clients come forth. And in fact, I want to share with you, she's doing the link to her page. She does these incredible prayer vision parties that you get to sit down and get really intentional about your vision, and intentional about the prayer that you want to create, and the prayer that you want to send up and out for this vision to come true. The boxes are beautiful. They're individualized, because you get to make your own individual prayer vision box. And so I spoke to her briefly today, and I said, how can I support you? How can I tell people I'm doing this masterclass? How can I tell people about it? And she's looking for people who would like her to come in and deliver this content, deliver this sacred work to others. And I don't mean sacred just because it's prayer. It's sacred because she's fully aligned with herself, and fully aligned with the divine, and fully aligned with the people that she's here to serve. So you can go to arnettacaldwell.com/about-2. That's on her page right there. She loves doing this work. And if you want somebody to say a prayer for you, you want this prayer warrior. She's not only a client, she's a prayer warrior. Go, Arnetta, I'm gonna need you to send something up for me. As she does. She's booked out, and has these sold out events all the time, because she's fully stepped into the full version of herself. All right, that's available to all of you as well. So let me just take a sip of water, if I may, and we're going to get into secret number 2. Secret number 2 for unleashing your hidden superpower, the 3 boldacious steps to standout success. And I don't think enough people talk about this. It's having a framework. It's having a signature framework. Excuse me. Let me just take another sip. Hold, please. Having a signature framework, and like I said, I don't think enough people talk about the magic of this, the genius of this. If you're a coach or speaker or author or visionary leader, you have expertise. And in fact, and I've witnessed this with myself as well, and I'll just say me too. And by the way, all of this is work that I've done with myself, on myself, and share it with my clients as well. So a bonus secret for you is every coach, every teacher, in my opinion anyway, every coach, every teacher, every speaker is speaking from their own experience. We teach what we most need to learn, and we learn so that we can teach it to others. So if you are an expert, and you are, and this is not about you being humble or humble. Do you say it with the H or out with the H? I've been being humble or humble. I like to take the H off because I think it's wrong. It's really about stepping into the gift that you've been given, really acknowledging the gift that you've given and acknowledging the experience and the expertise that you have in place. You have that already in place, and it just needs to be systematized. You can have a course or courses. You can have products and services in business, in your business. You can have as many books as you want, as many courses as you want, make as many speeches as you want, because there's a framework for it. There's a framework for everything. You just have to take the expertise out of you, out of your heart and out of your head and out of your experience, and systematize it in a way so that you can teach it to others. And that's the framework. And when I learned this piece, it was like, I actually had a talk with EJ one time, and he said to me, so when you get up on stage, what are some of the steps that what do you do when you get up on stage? I just get up on stage and I talk and I do. Now, of course, if I have a speech to make, I prepare the speech and I prepare my speech. And so there's a whole system for that. But there's something that happens when I get on stage that's automatic to me now because I've been doing it for 40 years. He says, you can systematize that. What if you were to break that apart? Like, what do you do first? What do you do next? I just do it. And you have processes like this too, where you just show up and do and be, but they are teachable, they are repeatable, they are usable for others. So I'll give you a really easy example. Years and years ago, my very first assistant, Jennifer, sweet girl and Cuban, and could cook her you know what off. Now, let me establish that. Great cook, 23 years old, super sweet, super smart, can cook, just natural great cook. On the other hand is my kitchen, which is never fully stocked. I may have some peanut butter, some maybe an olive, maybe there's a tomato, maybe there's a piece of celery. I don't know. I'm not a foodie. I like to eat, but I'm not really a foodie. There's gonna be some potato chips, and it might maybe have some mixed nuts. There might be some old spaghetti. I don't know. But Jennifer would say, I'm gonna make lunch for us today. I'm like, oh, good luck with that. And she would go into my fridge and go into my cupboards and whip up, I'm talking a gourmet, James Beard quality, Michelin quality, restaurant quality meal. I'm like, how did you put what? You found the anchovies? I didn't even know I had anchovies. It was just innate in her. She loved doing it. And if I said to her, well, what did you do first? Why just use a little bit of that and a little bit of that? And I know I have some cooks here right now. I know I have some chefs here right now who could rival any of the chefs that we see on the Food Network right now. You just have the sense. You just know what to do. You know how to put a little bit of this and a little bit of that. My beloved EJ is that kind of like, what did you find in the cupboard? When did we last even go grocery shopping? He can put this together. I put some vinegar. Vinegar goes in that. Okay. There are people who that's just what they do. That's just their expertise. And I witness her every time whip up something hot and delicious. I'm like, I didn't even know I had shrimp. This is fabulous. You have that too. You have these things that you do, these ways of being, these things that you've learned, and these things that you've perfected that can be put into frameworks. The same with the book that you want to write. So I help people write books. I'm a story coach, and I have a publishing company, and I'm an intuitive story coach, and I love doing this kind of work. And I'll tell you, I've helped over 96 people become authors just by coaching and doing these beautiful anthologies. And the number one thing is like, well, what stories do I tell? Well, how do I do this? Well, what comes first and how do I know? It's like, well, I just know that you take this piece, you do that piece and do that piece. Well, what do I write about first? Well, there's a framework for that. Your book can be written like this if you get a framework. And by the way, the framework now becomes the outline for your book, and all you got to do is fill in all the spices and the vinegar and the anchovies, if I'm using that analogy. You have that in you. It's actually really easy. We don't think it's easy because what we do in our zone of genius is so easy to us. I'm suggesting to you that you do a brain dump on what you know on a particular topic, something that you really want to teach, something that you really want to share, something that you really want to say, and just create the framework that pulls it. Well, that, there's a framework for pulling it out of you. That's my job. There's a framework for pulling it out of you. There's a framework for systematizing what it is. And then there's a framework for teaching it to others. And I think you get so much satisfaction in teaching what you already know. And then that gets to be the ripple in the pond. So now imagine, I'm going to combine some of the secrets here. You combine showing up in the world as you are meant to already, as you already do, just dialing that all the way up. Do I have permission to have purple and blue and brown and red hair? I do, because it's kind of built into my passionate, innovative style. I'm supposed to be a little bit wackadoodle. It's really okay. Why not? Why not? Same for you. Whoever you are, whatever your advantages are, whatever your personality is, whatever your dreams and hopes and your values are, whatever it is that you value can be shaped in a way, can be added to the things that you know in the world. So your values, your personality, your the way you already are in the world, your advantages of the way that people will listen. People will listen to you because you're communicating in your own authentic style. Now they're going to really listen to you because you're offering the expertise, you're offering the knowledge, you're offering a product, you're offering your book, you're offering your delicious meal that you made from stuff that was just in the cabinet, you're offering your art, right? You're offering your makeup styles, whatever it is you do, offering, whatever it is you offer in the world, your weight loss program, there's something that you can systemize. I can help you look good and feel good because I have a framework for it. Imagine combining that and then showing up, doing that, and people lean in to go, how can I get some of that? Here, let me throw my credit card at your face. I say that with love. I hope this is making sense. I hope you're enjoying this. Leave me some comments, let me know. So you develop a framework. And I think that this is one of those secrets that people don't think about. They just sort of put a bunch of stuff out there. And creating a framework creates intention. It creates a path for you to follow and a path for your audience to follow. And then you show up as even more the expert that you already are. Okay? Okay. Next slide would be, so I have a framework. No surprise. I have a framework. I have a framework for this particular work that I'm doing here called the Boldacious Brilliance Framework. And let me just share with you what some of the steps are. They are uncovering your unique brilliance, which we've talked about. Crafting your wisdom blueprint, which is the same as your framework, because I think it's your wisdom and I think it's a blueprint for how you're going to share your wisdom with the world. It's building your boldacious brand, which is some of what we're talking about. We're going to talk about that in just a moment, about building this brand that stands out no matter what. It's so that people see you and know exactly what you stand for, what you're all about, what your messages are. And I love saying this piece. This is an aha for you, that we are talking about our soulmate clients. We're talking about the people that we want to attract. But stepping into this version of yourself will mean that you will weed out the people who are not meant to work with you. You'll move away the people who are not meant to be in your world so that you create room for the people who are meant to come in. And dialing in that soulmate client and dialing in the person that you are so uniquely designed to help and to serve means that you have a direct channel to those people, and the other people will go get on another bus. You want those people on a completely different bus, wishing you well, Off you go on a different train or a different bus or their own path to find the person who's meant for them. That means when people come to work with you, they're not looking for refunds. They're not looking to drop out of a program. They're not looking to complain. They want to be there because you've uniquely messaged to them what they're going to get, how they're going to get it, and what they're going to learn. And you can create, I would say, the highest level space for them to learn and become the version that they want to be, that they know they already are. Also, part of this framework is crafting your soul stirring story. Your story. Your story. Crafting your soul stirring story. I can't say it. What's wrong? Your story, y'all. Your captivating story. I may have to change the name of that so I can say it. And then your magnetic messaging, and that's what I was talking about just a minute ago, so that people are really clear that you're the right person for them. Your messaging is clear and succinct, and they know exactly what they're here for. Anybody who would make up the word boldacious, you get a sense of what I am and who I am and what I'm going to bring to the table, right? And so it's being really clear. So this is the framework that I have for you, and this all culminates in you becoming the boldacious you, the best version of you. Because like I said from the very beginning, I'm a stand for that. I already believe that the best version of you is already here. Some of us just may need to chisel away at some of it. I know I'm one of those people. I'm chiseling away some of the marble, some of the finest marble. Right? The boldacious me already exists, divine and perfectly imperfect as I am, and as you are as well. And so secret number 3, ready for secret number 3? After I take a quick sip of water, soul stirring story. Soul stirring story. I'm gonna give it up. I know when I beat. Secret number 3 is to build a boldacious brand ecosystem. Now, these are just some of the things that you need in your ecosystem. I said that it's these are the components of a comprehensive personal brand. And there's more, right? I talked about it just a minute ago. Your core messaging, your visual identity, your brand voice, your signature offer, which, by the way, comes out of the framework. Once you get the framework, you can do anything. It's a movable feast. It really is. Once you get your framework, you can write that book, you can write that course, you can write your program, your products, your services, and then they will inform what the next thing is for them to grow into, because your audience will go, how can I get some more? So that's what I mean by your signature offer, right? And leveraging multiple channels for maximum impact. So we're talking your social media, we're talking your emails, we're talking doing a masterclass and mispronouncing words. That's okay too. What are your multiple channels that work for you and for you to have the maximum impact? And this is all about creating an ecosystem for yourself where everything is sort of working together. I want a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and then that's we're going to activate that. And you get to create that. And when I work with my clients in this program that I've created, we're going to create that ecosystem and create that blueprint so you'll know what to do, when to do it, and what to do next. And I think that's half the battle, right? You do all that, then you can show up and do it. So meet another client. Again, this is supposed to have a heart on it. My heart got taken off. My client, Tatiana Mat. Okay, she does not walk around dressed like that every day, but she walks around in that energy every day. So I met Tatiana years ago. She's a journalist, and she interviewed me, I want to say for the Griot. And I don't remember what show I was doing or what I was doing. We just had a really lovely conversation. I just loved that she was skilled as a journalist and challenged me enough to answer questions I hadn't been asked before. Nothing better than being an interviewee and being asked a question that no one has asked. It's like, oh, wow, great. She really wants to know. She really wants her readers to know who I am. And I just loved my experience with her. And then a little bit later, we started to work together. And so she's a producer and a host and a writer and an artist. And what's cool about Tatiana, and I spoke to her today too, I found out that she started a new company, and it's called Our Power Media. And I promised her that I would also shout her out today and shout out what she's created. So this is someone who's taken all parts of what she can do. She's an artist. She performs, she writes, she hosts, she produces. And what she decided to do was take all the areas, and there may even be some more areas of expertise that I'm not aware of, and combine all of them such that she's created her own media company. And what's interesting about Tatiana is when we met years ago, I was telling her, like, oh my goodness, you need to be on camera, you need to be out front. And she is. You need to be on camera, you need to be out front, you need to be on stage, you need to be on stage. And she is. And one of her values is community. And I'm not surprised that this few years later, she's decided to create a company in which she can be the face of. I'm sure she'll have other journalists and give opportunities to other people. She creates community. And when we talked today, there was something that she said. I hope I could find the quote. I just really appreciated that what she wants to create. I don't have it handy. Oh, yeah, that it's about providing a sanctuary from the noise with uplifting content that celebrates our history and inspires our future. What? This is someone who's living fully in her gifts, living fully in her fascinate advantages, living fully in her boldacious brilliance. And not because she looks like a queen right there. And like I said, she doesn't dress like that every day, but she shows up in this energy every day in how can I use my voice and use my platform to help others. I'm telling you, she could absolutely be on a stage all by herself, but she said, no, I want to create community. I want to help people. And I think we met during the pandemic, and it was really important to her to create community and create a space where others could come and all share their talents and gifts. And so this is somebody who's doing well by doing good also, and fully dials up her brand and uses all pieces of her brand in order to attract, and not only attract clients for her, but clients for others by the media company that she's created. So if you want to check her out, you can go to Our Power Media. It's growing. It's growing right now. I saw that she did something with I think the Black in Tech conference, and there's more to come. So I'm super excited about what she's doing. This could be you. This could be you doing your version of you. So why don't we recap a little bit, shall we? The 3 secrets were discovering your unique brilliance. Like, where are you? Listen, I love to tell people story is my jam. Story is my jam. I'm sure I have some others. I do. What's your jam? Remember how Samuel L. Jackson's what credit card company was? What's in your wallet? I'm asking you, what's in your wallet of life? What's in your heart? What's your jam? Knowing that and activating that is the business. It's the business. I don't know what the kids are saying now, but I'm going to say it's the business. You can do this and really activate it by creating a signature framework. So you take the knowledge that's in your head, the knowledge that's in your heart, the wisdom that you have, and create a blueprint, a pathway, create a journey, a treasure map for how someone can come into your world and you can teach what you know. You can write a book and share your experiences that help someone else on their journey. You can take your knowledge and create a course, a program, speeches. When I create my speeches, I have a framework for what I want the people to leave with, right? A framework is the way to do it so that you have you know which way to go. And then you build a boldacious brand ecosystem, meaning the messages, the values, infusing your values in your core messaging, being really clear about how you want to show up, keeping your visuals, and you may experiment some, and that's okay too, right? But it's getting the ecosystem working together so it works together, right? Knowing where you want to post, what you want to post, what you want to say, how you want to say it, knowing if you want to do video, if you want to do audio, you get to choose from all of it. There's so much now. There's no reason, and there's no barrier now to us being able to express ourselves. There was a time when you had to wait and hope that you get an agent. You know, as an actor, even as an actor, there are actors who are working who may have never even gotten an agent because they went straight to YouTube or they went straight to the gram and started sharing their content, sharing themselves, and opportunities came to them. There are absolutely no barriers except the barriers that we have in our own mind, which are our limiting beliefs. There's actually no barrier. There's a lot of noise, but not a lot of barriers. This can be done. Absolutely. So, with your permission, I would love to share with you this framework, this product, this intensive that I've created to help you unlock all of that. And the reason why this is important now, more important than ever, is, we're in Q4 right now. We're, moving our way to the end of the year and fitting to get ready for 2025. And yes, I said fitting it. And I think that there's a lot of pressure to be, to start everything January 1 or January 1 is about to be on and popping. I don't know if that's what the kids say. I'm sure it's an old phrase, but it's about to, I'm going to wait till January 1. January 1, everything changes. And you and I know that's not how it works. We were talking the other day in EJ's book club, and on Monday morning, I'm getting up and we about to get things wrong. And then Monday never comes. Do you know there's no day of the week called Monday? Because on Monday, you just wait. Monday, on Monday, I'm going to lose these pounds. On Monday, I'm going to clean up this closet. On Monday, watch. It's not Monday. It's today. Start today. And don't wait till 2025 to start getting the pieces in place so that when January comes and January 1 comes and everybody's, dealing with their hangover and trying to, trudge into the 2025, you're going to be already ready to rock and roll and do what you got to do. So may I share this with you? And actually, I'm actually going to share the page, if I may. I'm going to add that to the stage. Oh, there we go. So when you go to Boldaciouscom, Boldaciouscom. By the way, speaking of Monday, we start on Monday. Did I just say that? We start on Monday, October 21st. Oh no, this is a Monday that's coming and we fit to do this on Monday. So you can go to beboldacious.com, and on that page is a video of me talking. Oh, I don't know how to slide this. Okay, I think I need to do it this way. Let me go back and see if it is indeed sliding. It is. And so I'm going to go through this page with you. So you go to beboldacious.com and you will see me talking in front of this same tableau behind me. And so you get to craft your unique voice, captivate your audience, and create your legacy. Isn't that what I was just talking about on this page? Yes. Isn't that what I was talking about in this masterclass? Is crafting your unique voice, captivating your audience, and creating your legacy. And I do want you to imagine waking up, on January 1, and you have a blueprint in place that you've already activated. In fact, you don't even have to wait for January 1 because we're going to get started right now. This is not theory or me sitting down and just talking heads at you. This is us really dialing in and getting your expertise out of your head and out of your heart, getting your customer really dialed in. Who is it that you want to talk to? Who is it that you want to create things for? And then create a blueprint for the thing you want to create and put it in motion. So this is where authenticity meets success. It's the Boldacious Intensive, Boldacious Brilliance, Intensive. And here's what you'll experience. You will unlock your unique brilliance, i.e. your zone of genius. You're going to take the Fascinate assessment. And this is a test you can find online, but you want me going through this with you. You want me fine-tuning it for you and customizing it and showing you some pieces that you may not know are there, and being clear on because I'm going to work with everyone in this program. I'm going to find out who you are and what you want to do, and really use the assessment to really dial it up even more. So we're going to discover those innate advantages and show you how to use them to captivate your audience even more powerfully. We're going to help to craft, wait for it, your soul stir. We're going to craft your soul stirring story. Everybody has stories. You have 1,000 of them, whether you know or you don't. And I will say that I said story is my jam, and there's a reason why I did, because I know how to help you pull out the right story to connect to the right client, to get the right message across about your right fit product for them. And so we're going to craft the story that's going to make the authentic, the storytelling, and the person who needs to hear it connect. Okay, we're going to put together your wisdom blueprint. Like I said, this is the the blueprint for what to do next. Really having clear your framework. Get that framework out of you so you can see it all laid out. And here's what happens. Here's the magic of what happens there is that when you're clear about what your framework is, it's often, wait for it, it's often several products. It's often, if you have 6 steps in your framework, you actually have 6 or 7 or 8 different products. So you can decide which one you want to put out first, which one you want to expand more. Maybe one is a book, maybe one is a course, maybe one or it could be any number of ways that you can work with people. You'll see that it creates expansion, and the expansion gets to be your empire. And your empire then gets to be your legacy. I really want you to be thinking that this can be as expansive as you want it to be. Your framework can be the topics that you talk about. It could be the topics in one talk. It could be also stripped out down to individual topics that you get to talk about. So now you have a plethora of content. Now you have an abundance of content to share with the world. This is what's going to happen when we work together. We're going to dial in your master magnetic messaging, developing a clear, compelling communication that authentically sells without feeling salesy. That's really important. Nobody wants to say, buy my bundles, buy my bundles of hair. No, tell me why I should buy your bundles instead of somebody's over there, their bundles over there. Well, if you share the message of why you created the business that you did, I'm gonna come buy the bundles from you because your values align with mine, right? I think your soulmate client works with you because their values align with your values. And when you put that out in the world, here they come. Here they come. You won't be able to turn them away. You'll build your Boldacious brand and get it really dialed in and get clear. Establish your personal brand that's so true to you that it's irresistible to your people. And we're going to put it into practice. So this is, like I said, it's not a bunch of talking heads, just me talking at you. We're actually going to put it into practice. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to do pitch session. We're going to work on the message, and then we're going to listen to it as a group. I love to create sacred space where it's going to be a space of nurturing, loving people all here to watch each other win. That's my soulmate client, right? And in the supportive community that we're going to build. On this page, you'll see some clients that I've worked with and who have been so beautiful to share their experience of working with me. And so here's what you're going to get. Here's some features: personalized Fascinate assessment, as I said, live coaching calls with me, pitch practice sessions, and there's a showcase event, which I'm going to tell you about in a moment, and all these other things. There's also a Brilliance to Bank marketing toolkit. So you'll leave not only with your framework in place and your blueprint, but also a toolkit on how to continue marketing long after the program is done. Oh, by the way, did I say this is 9 weeks? Let's share this. 9 weeks. We start October 21st. We start Monday. You'll get 6 live Q&A coaching calls with me. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say you're going to get at least 6, because what I do is, it drives my team a little crazy. But if I think that people need more, I'll create more space for us, because I really want to see you win. So we're going to do 6 live coaching calls, and we'll do at least 3 open house. What I'll do is show up, we'll set up a Zoom call. You can show up and ask any questions you want, and then you'll work in the background while I coach someone. If you want some live love seat coaching, as we like to call, whatever it is, you just come and bring like what you're working on right now. We'll work on this together as a group. And so that's why I say there's at least 9 calls, and if we need an extra, we'll make it happen. We'll work around the holidays. We'll work around all of this, because I want to create the space for you to create what you want to create, so that 2025 is ready for, like 2025 is like, hurry up and get here because I'm ready. There's your personalized Fascinate assessment. Everyone will get their own assessment and get my notes on your personal assessment. The Brilliance to Bank marketing kit. The lifetime access to the community. You know, if you can't make the calls live, don't worry. I'm going to save the replays for you. And they'll be there in the group, a private membership group. I'm not going to do this on Facebook. I've got a private membership group because Facebook, I know I go over there and I get distracted. You will not get distracted. We're going to have a membership group that's just for us. I'm also going to give you a Speak Your Brilliance mini course. I'll say that not only is story my jam, but speaking is my jam. And I love teaching the ways that you can get up on a stage and rock the mic every time. Just as I mentioned to you, EJ said to me, you know, well, how do you do, what do you do? What do you do first? I'm like, I've actually made a framework and systematize what I do to be brilliant on stage. Okay. You're going to have that. And then there's two really cool bonuses that I wanted to share with you. You know, in January, I'm doing something called the Boldacious U 3-day virtual live event. I'm going to gift everyone who says yes to the Boldacious Intensive a ticket, a general admission ticket to come to the 3-day virtual. And work on what you're going to work on, get done what you want to get done, and you will have an opportunity to actually speak at the Boldacious U event. So let me see if I make sure you understand this. Let me take myself. Let me hold on. Let me talk to you for a minute. Let me talk to you for a minute. Let's make sure you understand this. Not only will we be going through this program to get you ready to be able to speak, ready to be able to launch, ready to be able to write your book, ready to be able to get your brilliance out into the world. I'm actually going to provide a stage for you to be able to present that to the world. Live 3-day virtual event in January around my birthday, January 9, 10, 11. My birthday is the 11th. And you will be asked to speak. If you do all this work and get it all prepared and present your presentation, why would I not put you on my stage? Why would I not show Arnetta and Tatiana and how well they're doing? Why would I not shout out Arnetta and Stephanie and Coach Crystal, who are on that sales page? Why would I not take my clients and go, here, let's shine a light on their brilliance? I want to do that for you too. And that's priceless. You know, I can show you the sales page. That's priceless. Because I'm leveraging my platform to share the platform with you. Who am I not to share what I've learned and gained over 40 years and then provide a space for you to be able to shine and share with the world what you're doing in the world. So that gets to be something that I get to do, and that makes me super happy because we get to share in the love. So that's priceless. So if you add up all of this, you know, there's lots of value, $19.97, $4.99, all of that, it adds up to over $10,000 worth of value. And really, like I said, getting a chance to speak on my virtual live stage, which if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, will be a global stage. I'm expecting, you know, the last virtual event we did, we had thousands of people. I did an event that was 7,000 people. I did another event that was 3,000 people. Who knows? The world is open and ready for you to shine. I'm going to attract all those beautiful soulmate clients, and you will get to be on that stage too. So come and take this program and get an opportunity to do that. Did I tell you yet? The price is only $697. So 9 weeks with me for only $697. So there's over $10,000 worth of value for only $697 right now. And we start on Monday. Now, is there a 3-pay available? Yes, there is. There's a 3-pay available, and it's only $250 for each of the payments, I believe. And so if this feels like it could be you, you just click the button here, and you'll see that it opens up. Hopefully this will click. It opens up onto the page. You fill out all of your information right here. And then you'll get to toggle and go $697, you know, plus there's some taxes that have to be collected. Or there's the Boldacious Brilliance Intensive Split Pay, only $250. And in 9 weeks and 6 live calls, I changed this to 3, not 2 live open sessions. The Fascinate assessment, you will dial in your brilliance. You'll get your blueprint. We'll craft your messaging together and leave 2024 ready for 2025. And if all of those steps are prepared, if you have your talk ready, if you have your pitch ready, if you're ready to share with the world, I will leave space on the stage for you to be able to pitch beautifully. I think I have too many things in my cart. Leave for you to pitch beautifully and share everything with the world. So take a look at that page. You just go to BeBoldacious.com, BeBoldacious.com. Okay, I'm going to answer a few questions that I know I'm going to get. I may take a look at some of the comments too. So one of the questions I get with something like this is, I don't consider myself an expert. If I'm not an expert, is this right for me? And the answer is yes, it is right for you because you are an expert. Again, like I said, we don't see ourselves the way others see us. And we don't always value what comes natural to us. We don't always value our level of expertise. And I don't mean you have to have a bunch of, letters behind your name or certificates. It's not even about that. Just like I said, my 23-year-old assistant was like, I'm hungry. You're hungry? And there was no DoorDash back then. This is like the early 90s. You could order from a restaurant. She was like, you hungry, Casey? And I was like, I am, Jennifer. She's like, I'll be right back. Go in the kitchen and whip up something amazing. Like, how did you do that? I said, I don't know. I just do it. That's you too. You may not know that you just do it, but it's my job to see, and actually my delight, to see that you can do it, that you do something that's so amazing and so valuable to someone else. I don't think we value what we do so naturally. Allow me to help you pull it out, framework it, systematize it, and show you how you can package it to share with someone who also doesn't know, who doesn't know. If I had the time for it, I could take a course on how to look in your fridge and see look in your fridge and your cupboards and make a gourmet meal out of crackers and anchovies and some peanut butter, which sounds like a stomachache waiting to happen. But there's somebody here who knows how to make that fabulous. If you could teach that to me, and I may never grocery shop again, whatever it is. So you are an expert. You do have something that someone would find valuable to learn. And this is the perfect program to do it. Someone else might say, oh, I don't have a lot of time. How are we going to do this, Kim Kohl? Well, I'm providing all these live calls, and I'm also providing the recordings. So even if you cannot come live, you will have an opportunity to interact with the material. And there's going to be a membership site that's going to be open 24/7. So maybe you'll watch the replays and you'll come back and interact or ask some questions. And I'm going to be in there answering questions. And I'm invested in your success. You're investing in yourself. I'm investing in your success. And so, of course, I'll come and answer your questions. It will make it happen. Okay. What are some other questions that people ask? Are you doing it in 2025? I am, but it will be at a significantly higher rate. I'm doing the first fresh press of this. And just so you know, remember I talked a little while ago about creating solutions, right? So someone is praying for the solution that only you can deliver. This solution, this program came out of another program I had just done, and in listening to what people need. And I wasn't able to deliver it in that short period of time. And I was like, well, let me create something else that speaks to the solutions that I know these people need. And so this is what happens for you. The expansion happens for you. You will create something, you'll put it out in the world, and people go, that was awesome. What's next? You go, don't worry, let me go to my framework and figure that out. And so I created this so that I could answer the solution that I saw people so richly needed. And so that's, I don't even know what question that was, but I answered a question I sometimes get. What else? So yeah, I will do it again in 2025, but it will be at a different cost. I wanted to make it doable as we end the end of the year. I know people are getting ready to buy little presents for people or take time off or something. And so we're going to roll up our sleeves and get this done. And for only $697, we can work together and we can really make a shift for you so that you are prepared to prosper in 2025 and beyond. And for some of you, you might get some ahas and some oh snaps right now and get to work and be able to launch something even faster. And I'm here for it. I'm not going to hold back the goods. You come to a coaching call and you go, I need to know how to do this. I'm like, okay, we weren't going to talk about that to episode 5, but here, let me get you together so you can get it together and get it out there in the world. I know my team doesn't like when I do that, but I love to be, if I told you at the beginning, if I'm someone who leads with innovative ideas, I want to innovate this as I work with you, right? Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? I do have a few people. Oh, I see a fellow Capricorns in the house. Hello, Lauren. Hello. How do you do? I see Stacy McLean. Stacy is already in the program. I'm excited to work with you, Stacy. So Stacy is a talented writer, talented comedy writer. Actually, she and I created a show together. It's available to watch, Stacy. Did you know that? Sisters-in-Law. We created a show together, a reality series that only lasted 1 season. That's another story. And Stacy is the queen of helping performers create their one-person shows. I've seen her do it with other people. I hired her to help me do it. I was like, I have all these ideas. She was like, hey, great. She created a framework with me. I couldn't do it for myself, but Stacy could. And I've seen her help people create successful one-person shows. And she has a framework for you to do it, so that I was like, I got a month to get this show together. She was like, I wish you had given me some more time, but let's do it. And so she wants to do that for more people as she's executive producing her own shows and creating all these other projects. She has a heart for performers who want to do their own solo shows. And as we know, that it's hot. I mean, Jamie Foxx just did his own solo show. Why shouldn't you do yours? Come on. So Stacy's going to be the person she's already the person to hire, but she wants to systematize it in a way like, well, how can I teach for people who can't come to Hollywood and come work with me and sit with me one-on-one? How can we, get this out to more people? And so I'm excited to work with you, Stacy, because I'm not only what is it? I'm the club president. What is it? The hair club for men? I'm not just a client. I'm the Stacy McLean president. You know what I'm trying to say? I watched you do it. I was like, wait a minute, all these ideas? What? Put that there, put that there, put that there, put that there. I might have put that there, but I'm going to try it over there. Framework. All right. I can't wait to get started too on Monday. And then maybe we'll go for a walk afterwards because Stacy lives in my neighborhood. We're friends too. So somebody said creating content is their jam. Anybody else who's left here, if you want to put in the chat, what is your jam? I know I didn't interact with a lot of you tonight, but put in the chat, or after this is done, I'm going to leave this up for a little bit. What is your jam? What's your jam? And part 2 of the question is, are you living and breathing and stepping into that jam on a daily basis? Have you put that jam out into the world? Like, what's the thing that when you do it, you may not even get hungry. You may not even take a shower. I mean, please do bathe, but you may wake up in the morning like, I've got an inspiration. I got to go do this. And the bath will come later on. Time has no meaning. You just do it because you love it. And if you got paid to do it, that'd be a bonus, but you would do it for free. What's your jam? What's your jam? I hope that this was helpful to all of you. I hope you enjoyed this. At the last minute, I threw on some lashes. I'm not even sure they're the same lashes. I just grabbed whatever was my bathroom. I was like, this one. I put them on because that's not what matters. What lash am I wearing doesn't matter. Getting a chance to come and teach and share with all of you is my jam. Thank you all for coming. Share this with others. I think you can still share this after this is done and still live. If this was helpful, great. And if this was really something that you feel like you want to lean into, you go to beboldacious.com. We start on Monday. Now, I'm not saying that to pressure you, but I do have to close the doors at some point so that we can get started. Our live kickoff call is on Monday, and then we begin. We really get going. And I'm really excited about the content I've already created for you all. I'm excited about you all bringing your creativity to the space. And I love hearing what it is you want to create and going, oh, we can do that. We can make that happen, because like I said, I'm passionate and I have the ideas and love sharing my ideas with you and hearing what your ideas are and going, oh, we can make that happen. Because I said, I'm the optimist. We're going to make it happen. This is an investment in yourself. This is an investment in your legacy. This is an investment in the people who will be moved touched, and inspired by your boldacious brilliance. Now is the time to shine and be the lighthouse or be the pebble in the pond or whatever metaphor you want to use. If you're feeling called to do it and let's get it out into the world. My pleasure. And I know somebody wants me to say woo, 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 so I will. Woo, woo, woo. And I'll see you on Monday. Boldaciousbrilliance.com. No, beboldacious.com. Beboldacious.com. Thank you all so much. I'll go ahead and end the stream. Don't forget to come back and put your, what's your jam? What's your jam? Off you go. Thank you all, everybody. Bye for now.